They said this day would never come. They said we'd never do it. 2012 was an embarrassment. 2012 was a disgrace. And many people thought that Chelsea, yet again, would be the only team from Europe to somehow not win this Club World Cup. There was only one trophy because Chelsea have won every single trophy possible in club football. Chelsea are one of the rare teams who won every single club trophy you can possibly win. But there was one Infinity Stone missing. There's only one Infinity Stone missing for Chelsea to complete football and be the only side in club football to win every single trophy conceivable. And I was scared. I was worried. I didn't think we'd do it. But we're going to pop those bottles down. We're going to pop those bottles down. We're going to pop those bottles down. Pop those bottles down. We're going to pop those bottles down. Did I hear Luke? Pop those bottles down. We're going to pop those bottles down. The first pop those bottles down. We're going to. So that's what's basically. It's a reason. Pop, pop. Pop, 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 haters, pop, 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 haters, pop, 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 pop. So before I've got guys, this is going to be a celebration. I've got the Chelsea squad in the green room. I've got the Chelsea squad in the green room. So we're going to come and we're going to towel. We're going to towel. So before we talk, I just want to take a sip. This is for the haters. This is for completing football. This is for Lukaku against his haters. This is for Havertz against his haters. This is for guys who said Chelsea would never do it. Chelsea can finally call themselves the world champions, the champions of the world. This is for Lukaku scoring in a World Cup semi and a World Cup final. Harry Kane. This is for Chelsea, who against the abuse, the hatred, the vitriol, the insults, rose and became strong. And in one of the most clutch moments in club history, Havertz, that is the biggest penalty in history. That is the most pressurized penalty in club football history. He had the pressure of the world on it. And the vet said, you know what, Half-Hope, I already said what's up in the CL final. I'll say what's up in the World Cup final as well. So this is for CFC giving it to the haters. Let's bring the guys in. No, let's bring the guys in. Let's bring the cats in. Let's bring the cats in. Let's bring the cats in.
Pop those bottles.
Let's go. Let's go.
The haters, man. The haters, guys. Haters want to know, guys. This is going to be a celebration. It's going to be a celebration, man. This is going to be a celebration, man.
Hey, Change, apologize to me now.
Okay, I want to go around the room just to see what people say, but let me just give my thoughts, and I want to go around the room because I want to just get like a quick one-word thought. So let me first give my thoughts about everything, then I'll come around to you guys, man. So here's the thing. There's a lot of pressure, and I felt that 2012 was an embarrassment because it is shocking that a Champions League winning team, we're not going to win. And guys, do you know what makes it sweeter? People really wanted Chelsea to lose. That's what makes it sweeter. What makes it sweeter is who scored the winning goal in the semi? Who scored the opening goal in this final? That's what. So the reason why I love this victory is people were waiting for us to fail. People were waiting, were hoping we'd be brought down. And the fact that these guys said, nope, not again, because this was redemption. This was about redeeming ourselves, showing that we could say what's up. So for me, all that's in my mind right now is redemption, 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 redemption. Abdulaki, your thoughts right now. What are your emotions after the boys said what's up?
Hey, Jade. I would not lie. I've been criticizing Romelu Lukaku
Yeah, but it came in clutch.
And you are one of the biggest because I need apologies. I need apologies because you have insulted.
Yeah, I was.
Semi-final and in the final as well.
That is what I call big game player. He came clutch. He came for the semi-final and then for the final. Romelu, Rock Nation 2.0. I didn't forget you. Foot locker, foot tension. It's still there, but we made it. We did it. I'm happy overall. I'm happy. The play was kind of poor from the first half.
Yeah, I know. It's look.
No, but it's understood because of the fear of 2012. Most of the players like Aspi was played in that kind of match before, and Thiago Silva wasn't won it before. So the tension was there, but I am proud with the resilience and everything. I'm kind of proud of everybody from Kai to Timo to Hodor to Pulisic. Everybody.
No.
Guys, you can keep hating, and I'll keep saying it again. And I said it last year when we won the Champions League. Manchester United fans, Jadon Sancho and Bruno Fernandes, give me a Champions League and give me a FIFA Club World Cup. Kai Havertz, the German Zidane, has won it again. He has done it. The clutch player
in a final,
Champions League final,
and World Cup final.
He got an assist in the Super Cup final as well.
So United fans, Bruno Fernandes and Jadon Sancho, come out. My guy has done it again. He has done it again.
Look, my friend, these guys, they're struggling to make top 4. Let's leave Boychester for one. Those guys struggling to make top 4. Eric, talk to me.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
This is a momentous occasion.
No, hold up. Eric, I remember how much you said you really wanted this trophy.
I
remember you said, bro, HH, I know everything, but I really... But talk to me. Why do you really want this trophy? Why is this why is this victory so important for you?
Look, this was huge. This is absolutely massive. And it's about now. It's about the bragging rights. You know, we've never won this trophy. It is so difficult to get involved, which is why I think when people disrespect and overlook the Super Cup, I'm like, what are you people talking? You have to win a European trophy to qualify for that competition. So why on earth would anybody overlook something like that? That's a big deal. But this is even bigger because the last time we were in this competition was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So when's the next time we'll have a chance to win this trophy again? So it's absolutely massive. And obviously Chelsea have never won the trophy before this point. Yeah. And now we've won it, like you were tweeting, you know, the final Infinity Stone. Honestly, HH, nobody can chat to us.
No,
like there's
nobody.
There's no
like no, Eric. They like because see, Eric, this is the thing that I need people to keep the same energy. People, they wanted Chelsea to lose because Chelsea are easily the most hated club out there.
Oh yeah,
as in people still feel a way that we beat Pep in a UCL final. So because people felt away, they're like, man, let this guy just lose this Club World Cup. But I tell you right now, it is paining people so much that we've won this trophy.
You can just tell Arsenal fans in particular, bro. Arsenal fans.
Oh no, it is paining people so much that we won this.
Look, this is I'm so happy. This is fantastic. Huge. We are the best team in the world. I don't care. Clip it. We're
the best team in the world. We're shameless, bro.
Exactly. Look, I don't care, man.
If ever there's a time to be shameless, it's now.
Yeah,
we are the best team in the world. Top of the world.
Go argue with the trophy. Look, this is fantastic. Huge win. I can't even honestly the kind of pressure that I was feeling, man, watching this game.
Yeah, no.
Extra time.
I'll agree with you. I was saying that please don't go to penalties. Please don't go to penalties because that's a gamble. That's it. And also, we'll talk about that whole Thiago Silva thing, man, because that was bogus. That decision was bogus. But anyway, so
Ralph, CFC's time. Clip me. Yes, someone said to get. Yes, clip me. Yeah, we are the best team in the world. I'll say it again. Yes,
best in the no, bro. We are the world champions. So you can say all you want. We are the world champions. What are you going to say, Ralph? Talk to me, man. Talk to me about the world champions, man. How does it feel to be a world champion?
It feels beautiful, bro. It's the best feeling in the world, man. I'm proud of the whole team. Mendy, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Christensen, Aspi. No Alonso. I don't count them. Werner, no, I don't count them guys. But Saul, Havertz, Pulisic, Ziyech, Mount. I'm proud of everyone, bro. Are we being negative later or now? Or...
No, later. No, this is only positivity. Like, how does it feel to finally get that final Infinity Stone?
I have to give my flowers. We have to give our flowers to Roman, man. Like, he's won everything. Like,
Oh, yeah, no, bro. Do you know it's okay? Because I think it was during the second half. Because I didn't know that he was going to be there. They then showed him there. I said, bro, don't lose with Roman making his way all the way to this whole thing. So for me, I am so happy for.
Do you know what's funny? His two biggest investments scored today, bro. His two biggest ones.
Yeah.
So like,
HHM down to speak.
So yeah, Havertz scored the penalty. I thought he was gonna miss, man. I literally thought he was gonna miss.
No. I was worried
because
he's the best penalty taker in Chelsea.
No, he's not.
No, bro, I was so worried because I was like, is he going to feel the pressure? But bro, ice cold, bro, ice freaking cold.
Because I thought Ziyech was gonna take it, but
when Azpilicueta took the ball, I was like,
yeah, I was like, what's Aspi doing here? But like, my prediction was right, bro. Remember yesterday, I said it'll be 1-1 full time, and then we'll score in extra time. So I'm happy.
Oh, okay.
These Arsenal fans.
No,
I'm coming for them because I'm seeing them.
They can't. So Ralph, they've never won a freaking European trophy.
Crap club.
I need to speak.
Arsenal fans, they can't even talk. They've never won a European.
Also, we're officially the biggest club in London, man. I don't want to hit anyone. We're officially the biggest club.
No, there's no comparison. No,
bro,
we rule London. We live
because this gold badge we're gonna have on our chest, bro. This is only for United and Liverpool and Chelsea, bro.
People are holding on to league titles. Look, I don't care what league.
I don't care what you want in
1950, bro. Titles they've never seen before, bro. Like they've never seen these titles. Wait, hold on.
Ford, I'm leaving you. Just like how Cannibals used to go last on rap tracks. Forward, I'm leaving you till last because I know that you have a lot to say. So I'm leaving you for the last leg. So because you're gonna spit your Cannibals verse afterwards. So Nathaniel, your thoughts, man, on beating world champion.
Have hope. I need an apology from you. I was kicked off the stream yesterday for believing in Chelsea.
Yeah, because you almost ruined it, bro.
Kai Havertz. I didn't ruin it. Kai Havertz. Now I'm going to sing a song, okay? Can I sing a song?
No.
We're going to pop those bottles down.
I said you can't sing the song, but carry on, though.
Let him sing.
Pop those bottles down. We're going to pop those bottles down. Kai Havertz, pop those bottles down. We're going to pop those bottles down. Ballon d'Or, pop those bottles down. Listen.
World champions, man.
World champions. Listen, Arsenal fans calling it a glorified friendly. Have some shame, man. You haven't even won a Europa League. You never won a Europa League, so what are you even talking about glorified friendly? And listen, Lukaku stepped up. All his haters were in the mud when he scored. I bet they were. Think of it. The proper Chelsea fans, do you really think they were happy when Lukaku scored? I doubt it. And then, what's it called? Havertz. This guy.
Big penalty. Pressure.
22. Listen, HH. I love Hazard, but no. Bigger Chelsea. Okay. Let's not get into it. Wait.
That's how you do it. Just ruin everything. Like,
wait.
But positive using our brain. Just relax.
Havertz, yeah. Relax. Listen, he's 22 years of age. He's got probably. He's going to stay here for a while. He could be our greatest ever. He could be our greatest ever Chelsea legend.
No,
why can't he? Why can't he?
Okay, Nathaniel. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me
speak.
No, Nathaniel, thank you. You've talked. Corbin, talk to me. Corbin.
Oh my God, this is. I'm so happy, man. So happy. We fulfilled the prophecy of all three.
We are champions of the world, man. How does it feel to be champions of the world? To just has a world champions. How does that feel?
You know, I've been wanting this badge since 2008, since that 226 slipped. Ever since then, I've been like, damn, I really want this badge. I really want this trophy. Oh my God, we fulfilled the prophecy that Roman set out in 03 for Chelsea to be the biggest club in the world. And now we've done it. Or no one can chat to us.
Nobody. Like I mean, this is the truth in the dance says that no, we're world champions. We've done it. What Bram began in 03, this is now the completed piece. We've completed it.
The prophecy has been fulfilled.
The prophecy has
Arsenal
been fulfilled.
fans, you can sniff glue, you can touch grass, you can do whatever. You can bring out that tin pot. We went undefeated. I don't care. Have you won a CL? Have you won a Europa League? Club World Cup? No one knows you in Europe. They know us. Champions. I got that badge. That's all I got to say, baby. Woo!
All right. Your boy AD, man, talk to me. How does it feel to be world champions, man?
Well, can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you, bro. We can hear you.
I'm massive, just so delighted. Like, to even like get the opportunity to play in the Club World Cup is difficult because obviously you need to win a European trophy, unlike some clubs in London. But exactly, yeah. And today, you know, Lukaku scoring, Havertz scoring as well, Hudson-Odoi getting the assist. You know, it's just a beautiful, beautiful day. And hopefully, like us winning this trophy can now spur us on to the League Cup final in February 29th to beat Liverpool. And if we win that, if we win that trophy, that's 3 trophies this season plus the Champions League. So I'm just saying, man. So big up the boys, and yeah, come on, Chelsea.
Ford, we've done it, man. So Ford, talk to me. How does it mean? But talk to me from the point of view of rival fans and the kind of dialogue that have been on the streets and on the socials, media, and so forth.
Woo! I mean, bro, boy. I mean, I'm rubbing my hands like Birdman right now, bro. I mean, oof. I mean, I might have to drop the mixtape right now, bro. I'm gonna have to drop it right now. Like, oh my goodness. I mean, first and foremost,
we did know Ford. We did it, man. Ford, we are world champions, man. We're world champions.
First and foremost, pride of London, European champions, and now we've conquered the world. I mean, it's a beautiful moment in time. It's a place in history forever. This is rarefied air right now, boys, that we're inhaling, and it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see. They doubted us. They said we couldn't do it. They said we played anti-football, all of that. And to sum it up, because it wasn't the best performance, and we will get to that, but it's even sweeter, the taste, knowing that all of our haters, the ones in Arsenal, the ones in Tottenham, the ones in Manchester, the ones in Liverpool, there's ones in Munich who are still a bit salty about 2012. There's ones in Catalonia right now who are struggling with Europa League nonsense right now. They were all hoping, fingers crossed, toes crossed, hoping we were going to fumble the bag again. But we didn't. We came up clutch. Even despite conceding that late equaliser, we came up clutch in extra time. Aspie won that penalty, and he took the ball. And I was thinking, are you going to take it? Are you going to step up as the captain and take it? But he said no.
Yeah, no, bro. I was like, for me, I'm like, I know you're captain, but no, please don't.
But he said no. I'm going to give it to the main man, the man who won us the European Championship last summer, the man who scored the winning goal that brought us our second ever Champions League. And he said, you boy, you're going to take this and you're going to take us to the promised land. In front of Roman, in front of the millions and millions. I have to get the rock in there. The millions of Chelsea fans around the world.
Keep going.
Enjoy this moment. Boys, we got to bring the big energy today because we are champions of the world. Like, we've
done it. Like,
all the
haters can't say anything anymore.
For all the haters, hold that. For you Man United fans who are celebrating the quadruple in the summer when they signed their Lord and Savior Cristiano Ronaldo. He's looking like an OAP right now. I mean, come on, bro. You might see these performances. Man's done here.
It's not done.
It's done out here. They've got Champions League Varane competing for the Conference League. They're trying to get into the Conference League next year.
CR37. No, think about this. Chelsea became world champions on the same day that CR37 drops a disaster class. That's a great day. That's a great day.
It's his greatest day of his life.
The 12th of 2022. It will go down in history. It's a beautiful, beautiful day, boys. A beautiful, beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna pop some more bottles. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna harvest this victory as we should, as champions of the world, champions of Europe. We're all kind of partially champions of Africa as well after Mendy's accomplishments this week.
Yep.
So it's just a beautiful, beautiful time to be a Chelsea fan. So for all the haters, hold that firm to your chest. Champions of the world, baby.
All right, okay, wait, let me see what Dozer says. So from your boy Jay Chokin, who is a United fan. So Jay Chokin, I hope you enjoyed that draw against Southampton. This is all cool, but where's your treble? Here comes the haters. Jay Chokin, I believe it's now 6 years until you've won a trophy last. Now, if you don't win the Champions League or the Premier League, it's not going to be 7 years. We're just coming off being world champions. So I don't know how to relate to people who've not seen a trophy for 6 years. Guys, 6 years is a long time not to see a trophy. So Jay Chokin, You're talking about something that happened back in the 1800s. See, Chelsea are recency merchants. We give you something that we've done today or last week. You're referring to something that was done back in Victoria times during the days of Jurassic Park. So, Jay Jokin, win me a trophy before you talk to world champions. You can't talk to world champions if you've not won a trophy in 7 years.
Hey, check DM. Check your DMs. Check your DMs.
Oh God! What's my DMs?
It's Roman. Picture of the it's a picture of the Lord and Savior. Right?
Oh no! We have to bring this up, man. No, hold up. You see, actually, this guy's my hero, man. This guy is my hero. The greatest owner of all time. The greatest owner of all time. I mean, look at how happy he is. Look at how happy he's the greatest. The guy who changed the face of football ownership. The greatest owner of all time.
Yeah, like he changed
guys,
football.
We have to give a round of applause, guys. Round of applause for
No, we have to, man. We have to, man. Robert, we have to know the guy that changed football, man. He's the reason for how Chelsea were there. So let's just keep it going. So from Marina Granskaya, I signed the vets and Lukaku, you bold analysts. 3 trophies, respect me. No, I still want you gone. No respect for you. I still want you gone.
She was there, you know. She was there.
Oh, really? Miguel Rabinez, man. Let this sink in. Kennedy and Sarr have won more medals than Harry Kane has. Let me. So, guys, in case let me just say that one last time. So, this is from Miguel Rabinez. Let this sink in. Kennedy and Malang Sarr have won more medals than Harry Kane has in his entire career. That's deep.
Damn.
That's deep. From your boy Rory Jennings says, Super Frank built that scene. No. Ignore this guy. Thank you. Marina Gronska said, I want CFC those trophies. HH, don't give players nicknames. I'm sorry, but we're going to talk about Carl L. Hudson River. We're going to talk about Luke Skywalker. And we're going to talk about Havertz.
Project Neymar, let's go.
Itis Match says, Devil's Advocates. Europe, bigger budgets than Britain. Boo.
And?
Boo. Give us our victory.
And?
Now, let's not go into this. Now, guys, before we get into a little bit of criticism of the performance, I think we need to talk about Hudson-Odoi and Lukaku. But specifically, during my whole stream on Twitch, Hudson-Odoi is trash. He's useless. He's overrated. He's a waste. I was like, okay. And the commentator said something very interesting. I think Ford, you retweeted it. He said that Hudson-Odoi has created the most chances from open play in the Premier League. No other player in the Premier League has created more chances from open play than Hudson-Odoi. I said, that's an interesting stat for someone that people think is trash.
When I say he's our most creative player, people think I'm just saying it.
Eric, people are stupid. They talk without using this thing called a brain. They just talk. And my thing is, okay, so cool. Look at the state of that cross to Lukaku. Look at the state of that cross. So my thing is, Hudson-Odoi is there in terms of his chances, and he created that amazing cross for Lukaku. Now, I was told that this guy is the biggest waste. I was told that this guy is a bigger flop than Jack Grealish. That's what I got told. Now, he has definitely not lived up to full potential, but last I checked, I think he scored the winning goal in the semi. Last I checked, I believe he now scored the goal again in the final. So I want to come to Cobham. Cobham, can you talk to me about Lukaku and Hudson-Odoi and the abuse they've received? And do you think that Lukaku deserves an apology, double-spaced?
Yes, because before this final was kicked, these guys were on to him about the Snapchat message that meant absolutely nothing.
Madness.
Oh my God. No, I swear, these proper Chelsea fans, let's be real, they're racist, man. They just let's keep it a buck. Because to go on
faces in that stadium today, man, I was happy.
Yeah.
I was happy, bro.
Let's be real, man. Because how do you go on about a Snapchat message that's got no context, nothing to do with you, nothing to do with anything about football, but you still go on about it? Oh God. And for Callum Hudson-Odoi, oh God. I'm glad that
but what do you think people's beef is with Callum Hudson-Odoi? I don't get it.
It's the buy move, man. It's the contracts, man.
It's because he's skillful. That's why.
No, but I'm talking about even fans outside of Chelsea. Why do they attack Hudson-Odoi so much when he is such
he's
a
got
young
a very,
player
he's
and you
got a
know
lot
how
of
good this guy
fanboys. He's
is?
got a lot of fanboys.
Because they know this, and they've seen what's it called. They always try to compare him with all the youngsters, but we know Hudson-Odoi was there before all those youngsters came through, and he was he was going twisting trees till he got that injury. But
maybe they don't like the way. Yeah. I mean, maybe they don't like the way.
Eric.
Yeah, I'm just saying maybe they don't like the way Chelsea fans talk about him, and when they watch him, on the rare occasion, they don't really see what people are saying. Maybe that's why,
All right, so look, let me come to Abdullahi with this. The performance. Now, this team still has issues.
Mm-hmm.
This team still has problems, and there's a creative problem and so forth.
Yeah.
But do you think that even within this issue, so talk to me about the issue, because for me, I feel there's still a creative issue, there's still an attacking issue, and there's still a chemistry issue. That it's good to win games without playing well, but you can only win so many games without playing well. And I think that especially when Chelsea now go up against they're going to have to raise against. Just talk to me about the performance of the team and specifically individual players.
Yeah. I agree with what you said, but for me, I think it's all about, like what you said, it's all about chemistry for me. And I think I have to get Thomas Tuchel credit in this aspect, because I'm the biggest fan in terms of criticizing Romelu Lukaku. But like I said, for me, because people call Tuchel ban around football, so like, let Tuchel get this player he wants for them. You can see that free-flowing football he wants, and I'll be shouting, can Tuchel just make this combination of Lukaku and Kai Havertz together? One will be a striker, one will be the roaming player going around. And we can see, he may be missing chances, he may be a little bit sluggish in terms of his attempt and everything, but you can see what he gives to the game. And I think coming to next season, with a more attacking player behind Romelu Lukaku, we might see the best of Romelu Lukaku. The Lukaku we all see in Inter Milan and Belgian national team. With the very quality players around him, we see. We take the cost from Odoi. Look at the goal. These are the qualities of courses you need for Lukaku. He will score those goals for you. When you give him those chances, he will score. No one is criticizing his goal scoring. I've never criticized his goal scoring because I know how good of a goal scorer he is. But my problem with him is he needs to work on his off-ball movement and his positioning. And when that is being worked out, I think I have no issues with that. It's all about chemistry between the forward player, between Odoi, Pulisic, Ziyech, whoever is around Romelu Lukaku must create more, and our midfield too must create more. Once you can create that creative spark around him, I think we'll be fine with Romelu Lukaku. We'll be fine. I'm happy.
So Eric, talk to me about the performance as a whole.
Yeah, the performance was very mediocre, very average. I think after the goal, I really did expect us to win the game from there. Maybe it was wishful thinking, because I expected.
Was the being objective, was the handball harsh on Thiago Silva?
Yes.
I think no. Personally, I don't think it was harsh, because the way he led with his arm. I know you have to raise your arm to jump, right? But I don't know. It's for me. It seemed like, I don't even know if I can talk about being harsh, because it just is what it is, right? Even if it's harsh, it's still the right decision. I think that was the most important thing. And same thing with obviously the penalty that went for us.
Yeah. Oh no, that was always because that was, see, for me, I believe that was more obvious because you're literally, because he should be given a straight red because you were blocking a goal scoring opportunity. So your hand literally went in the way of his shots at goal. Whereas this is just Palmeiras did not have a shot at goal. He just came with the hand, but that guy actually blocked the trajectory of the ball going towards goal.
He did. So it was when Lukaku scored, I was very happy, obviously, because nothing was going on before that point. So it was fantastic. Maybe was naive.
And Eric, Lukaku he's needed this, bro. Based on Eric, my thing that Lukaku, he scored in both games.
Exactly. And those are very important games for me.
Very important goals.
I think it would have been better if maybe we won 1-0 and his goal was the winning goal, but it's fine because he still contributed. So I think it's fine for Lukaku. It's going to help his confidence, and obviously winning a trophy with Chelsea and being contributing to that trophy is something that should help his confidence. But in terms of the rest of the match, I think the better team won overall in the end. I think something that Glenn Johnson was saying in commentary, I think he was talking about Chelsea moving forward. And I think I agree with what he said, because yes, Lukaku is somebody who can help us score more goals, but we cannot be predictable. We seem way too predictable. We have to have more, strings to our bow. We have to have more things going on. We can't just be the obvious ball to his feet or, take it wide, cross it into his head. There has to be more going on there. So I agree with that definitely. But I think Lukaku, we can still do something with him. I think, there's something there.
No, and I think which is why we all thought it was going to be Ziyech. There needs to be that superstar, special, skillful player in the team who can take the ball and really be imaginative. Chelsea don't have that. That's individual who is able just to come up with something a bit much more crafty and much more inventive. So when you look at it, the build up is super slow, long balls, and it's not very inventive. Ralph, talk to me about the game, bro.
We started off okay. I thought Lukaku he wasn't good in the first half, but he was decent. I thought Kai was popping up now and here. He was passing it to Hudson-Odoi. I thought Hudson-Odoi was a bit too predictable. First, kept cutting inside and then doing that pass and then crossing it. It was just I didn't like the pivot of Kante and Kovacic. I much rather Jorginho. So
that is, I think Kante and Kovacic. That's, if everybody's fit, that is the pivots that work the best. Them two.
I don't want to. I love Kante, but he's been poor recently, man. I don't know what's going on with him.
What? How's he been poor?
No, he's been poor. I mean, if I can speak on this quickly, like Kante's been poor the last couple. Like in his time in Abu Dhabi, for sure, he's been awful. But again, that can happen with Kante. That's not saying that he's now telling me.
No, I'm not saying he's done.
Over the hill. Yeah, exactly. Just you had a poor week, and I think like Kante and Kovacic is our best pivot. But in games like this, where Palmeiras are clearly setting up to be defensive and part of the bus, this kind of game suits. This is almost similar to the games against Tottenham, where Tottenham also just sat off of us. And in those games, we have Kovacic and Jorginho. And yeah, I think they suit playing against a lower block just because they can pass through the lines a bit better. And when Kante's on form, then he can play in any game. But in a game like this, obviously, he wasn't suited. And maybe we'll get onto the in-game management later. But obviously, Tuchel's substitutions were a bit strange.
Yeah.
But to your point, Ralph,
no. Let's even get that. So, what do you think his logic was to bring off Lukaku? See, for me, bringing off Lukaku and Hudson-Odoi for Saul and Werner. See, I agreed with bringing on Werner to try and change them, but I was thinking maybe Werner for Havertz. But again, Havertz ended up scoring the penalty. But what do you think his logic was? Bringing those 2-1 for those two?
No idea, man.
I mean, for me personally, I've asked around. I've asked people online, friends. I've consulted Jesus. I had a quick prayer in my closet, and I've still not been able to come to an understanding of why Tuchel made those changes. Again, like you said, bringing on Werner maybe to stretch the back line, I can understand a bit, although you're taking off our main box threat when our best chance of scoring goals is from crosses. And then you bring on Saul. Saul. It doesn't make any sense because you didn't go to a back four where you can, like, again, get an extra attacking player up the pitch against a low block because we didn't really need three defenders to contain a team that were quite awful in a counter-attack anyways. And you bring on Saul and you keep on Kante and you have a three-man midfield of Kovacic, who I thought had another good game, although he took him off later anyway, which I didn't understand. Kante is having clearly a very bad game. And you've got Saul to sit behind him to do what? And also with Saul, what Saul has, which the other three main midfielders don't have, is he's a bit of a goal threat. Like he can make runs beyond the striker. He's quite physical. He can win crosses in the air and get headers off and shots off. But you're playing him the deepest of the midfield. So the whole substitution flow there didn't make any sense. Our best creative player in the last 6-7 weeks has been Hakim Ziyech. You don't bring him on till extra time. You don't bring on even Alonso to just have a natural left back. You bring on Sarr instead, who's like another centre back at left back in extra time.
But doesn't this prove strange? But doesn't this prove that this team, like this squad, it needs a an overhaul?
Oh, for sure, it does.
Because I saw someone say online that the centre backs, some of the centre backs, they need to go. I'm not saying all of them, but the midfield, like we got 3 midfielders that are actually good enough. We need more, bro. Like
No.
Like,
I don't know
why he's still here.
Do you know what a key overhaul is? A key overhaul is the right back and left back. And you know what is so funny? Because I put out a Twitter set. I can't remember the last time that Chelsea actually played good football and actually looked good. and I don't know who it was, but someone tweeted out that it was the Juve game. Guess who was playing in the Juve game? Chilwell. That was Chilwell's last game before he got injured.
Reece.
Yeah, and the reason why is because we have no width. We have no players in the wide areas. When you have the most space,
like
you
the
actually
wide
have quick feet and can move the ball.
Yeah, it's not missing.
Yeah, we definitely need like players like Hazard on the wings, man. Like we need dribblers.
Yeah, like basically,
and just to the point as well, with the right hand side, with Aspilicueta being it again, we all love him. We all should love him. Club legend. He's won everything at the club. I'm so happy to see him lift the trophy. But him at right wing back in 2022 is nauseating to watch. Like, it's painful because he doesn't offer you the width. You know he's not going to beat his man with pace or with trickery.
He can't run physically. You can't give him a through ball.
Like, he's so stiff, and a lot of times, because he knows he's not got the pace to be on the out wide and be effective, he'll kind of play like an inverted role, almost like Alonso does. He's probably been getting tips off of his Spanish friend, thinking, "Oh, let me just play inverted." So then, a lot of times, Kante would get it, and there's nobody outside of him, so we have to then circulate the ball back around, and it was just so slow our build up. So again, of course, we need reinvestment, because if Reece James does get injured, then we need to have backup, whether that could be a Livramento or a Lamptey type who we've let go on loan, or just buy somebody else, because our backup can't beat Alonso and Aspilicueta, because it means we can't play the football that we want to play.
But the one good thing is that Reece James is going to be back in 2 to 3 weeks.
Wait, hold on. Let me just read this. So from your boy, English Science FC says that beautiful scenes, Prince Mount the Third trophy, Ballon d'Or.
Don't act like he didn't have a
game. He was injured. He was injured.
From ITES Merchant says, wait, who is FWD?
Forward.
Forward with Havertz and Lukaku. What formation is next season?
Nah, we just need one striker and wingers, man. I want to play 4 at the back next season.
Honestly, for me, I don't know if that question's for me or he meant forward as in them two, as I should be a forward line, but I agree. I feel like I wanted to see a lot more this season, Havertz and Lukaku up front. And then somebody mentioned earlier that they're Roman's biggest investment.
I've only seen them like twice up front together.
Yeah, and they very rarely played up front together. They've played in like a 3 with Mason Mount to the right and like Kai in the left channel, and it's worked at times, but I feel like Kai, when you watch him at Bayern Leverkusen, his best period of time came as a number 10. Then a little bit came out right wing towards the end of that season. I think it was 2018, 2019. But his best work comes when he's at the number 10. Where he can receive the ball, run at players, run towards the back line. He can connect off of big striker. And I think for me, like we should have a system where you get the best out of Lukaku, who needs somebody to play off of him in those tight areas. Like when he posts up on his centre back, he has them pinned and they play the ball into his feet. There's no point if there's nobody around him to collect the ball.
Let me see. My thing, even when I was watching, like, it's clear to see that Havertz is a guy that needs to be played central in a number 10, because he's much more of like he's a more technically creative manager rather than a guy that goes direct. He's not a guy. For me,
he's like a Thomas Müller build. Like, he needs to be in that kind of position, operating in those. Obviously, he's more silky on the ball than a Thomas Müller. And for me, I feel like we should play those two up front. You play Callum on the left because you have a natural left winger. And for me, it would have been Mason Mount on the right. But with Hakim Ziyech's form, play him on the right because he's clearly our best creative threat. So
I think no, he's young, but we just need more consistency.
Wait. Okay, so
we're going to be third anyway for the rest of the season.
So where does Mount fit into this team then?
So currently, for me, I think we should go with Kante, Kovacic as a holding pivot, Hudson-Odoi and Ziyech on the wings, and then you have Havertz just in behind Lukaku. That would be my front 6. Again, Mason Mount.
I ask again, where does Mason Mount fit in this starting team?
I just answered it. Again, I'm a big proponent of Mason Mount. And again, this is Chelsea Football Club, champions of the world, the biggest team in the world. We're playing in 5-6 different competitions, so there's plenty of games for the likes of Mason Mount, not Timo Werner, but other players around the squad that can get minutes.
Get rid of that guy, man.
So certainly Mount can get minutes. Again, Mount, don't get me wrong, Mount's not been in the greatest form, but he's still got our most GA this season. So he's still contributing.
Mount can be a rotational.
Mount, this is what I say about Mount, is that guy is useful. Of course, he's super
very
useful.
Very
but
useful.
My thing is that I think people are not sure that as of right now, if everybody is on form, I don't think Mount makes the first team and the starting team. Which is why when people say, "Oh no, Mount is your best player," it's like, no, like Mount is a guy who can come in and do a good job. He's always doing a good solid 7 out of 10 job. Yeah. But if you now want to now take things to the next level and really push this team to its very best, especially in those attacking positions, you need a little bit more skill and craftiness in those areas. Like I told you, there is a reason why Hudson-Odoi has created the most chances.
Yeah.
So my thing is that what United needs to do is to keep playing Hudson-Odoi, but to refine and improve the game. Because basically, put it this way, Hudson-Odoi's upside is far greater than Mount's. Mount is far more effective now.
But
the potential for Hudson-Odoi is far greater than Mount.
You know what makes me laugh?
Just to add on to that point. Let me just add on to that point.
Wait.
I think with Hudson.
Just to add on to that point, there's nothing like with what you said, HH, with Mason Mount maybe shouldn't be starting. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's some parts of the fan base that are saying, "Oh, Mason Mount, because we won this now, he should be in the Ballon d'Or race and all of this." Let's not put him on a pedestal that he doesn't need to be at. Mason Mount's a very good player for us, and for me, again, if we're playing a 4-3-3 now, it's different because then he should start as one of the 8s clearly. But if we're playing a more attacking system where you're going to play 2 strikers and 2 wingers, then he isn't a better attacking player than Ziyech because Ziyech is a more natural attacking player. And obviously, this is very specifically depending on Ziyech keeping the form that he's had recently. Because until recently, of course, I would start Mason Mount ahead of Ziyech because he's more productive. But with Ziyech, how he is playing now, and obviously Hudson-Odoi, even when he's bad, still producing, again, an assist like he did today. Of course, he should start. So again, Mason Mount not starting in my preferred 11.
What do you guys do with Pulisic?
But
wait. I'll get to Pulisic. So just a quick addition to what you just said. See, this is what United are now suffering from, where you feel that you need to play some English players because it's an English club, and that is why they have issues with Jerry Maguire and Rashford, who these guys shouldn't
Mickey Mills.
Yeah, these guys shouldn't be playing, but you feel you have to play them. And same thing for Chelsea. I think for Chelsea, like, oh no, we have because Mount is the face of the club, he has to play. No, he doesn't have to play. Depending on the formation, he plays. But if you're playing a particular formation, a 4-3-3, for instance, or so forth, Mount isn't good enough to play in that attacking position. Because his skill set just is not as good as the skill sets of a Havertz.
Yes, but just to be clear, if it's 4-3-3, then he should play as one of the 8s. 100%.
Yeah.
If it's 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1, where you're playing 3 attacking cams, then it should be Hudson-Odoi, Havertz, and Ziyech. And obviously, Mason Mount as a squad option, that's a brilliant squad option. Again, that's why we're contenders for the Champions League. We're not consistent enough to win the league. We all understand that now. We've seen, but the reason why we're such contenders for these cups is because we have a great squad. Like, we have so many different options. Ziyech is so different to Mason Mount, who's so different to Pulisic, and we can pull out these different options to fit different needs. Again, just to make this quick point, with Atletico Madrid last season, we were able to, again, against a low block team, very difficult team to break down, we could put on Giroud. He was a great target man, striker, scored that amazing overhead kick, which got us through that tie. Then again, to teams like Real Madrid and also Man City, who press from the front, they give you more space in behind to get in behind them. We were able to use the likes of Werner, Havertz, Pulisic, Mason Mount to use their pace in behind. So that's what makes us such a good team in these cups. This is why Chelsea plays so good, as Pep would say.
I
have so many different options.
Man. And I just want to win all the cups, bro.
Yes,
can you please stop?
Because we're not consistent enough in the league, but in the cups, we have so many different solutions that we can bring to the table up front that can make us beat any side. Like, no matter who we play, we have something that can hurt any side. Teams that want to play deep, we can play with Lukaku and Ziyech and crosses into the box. Or teams that want to play high against us, then we can, again, I don't like the guy, but we can play Werner to exploit that pace in behind. So,
yeah.
Please
put up. Can you please
wait. Hold on. Let me bring in your boy Common. So, Common, your thoughts on this whole thing, Chelsea with Mounts, Hudson-Odoi and everything. Where do you stand on the attacking unit?
It's just for me, it's like I don't think any of the players that we have are bad. I just think they're just in serious.
They don't gel well.
They're just like if you look at like Pulisic, like when he was good, the way he would dribble, beat teams, score goals, come in off the back post and score those tap-in goals. We're not seeing that anymore. You look at Mason Mount, the guy in his first season, was energetic, sparkling, could score a free kick. Now, not scoring that much, but it's like they just need to gel. It just feels like there's something or someone missing every time Chelsea play, and it's every time we want to progress forward.
I mean, would you start Mount? Do you think Mount needs to start, or you think Mount is a bench player?
I don't think Mason Mount needs to start, but I think like there's certain qualities of Mount that just is very useful to Chelsea, like his ability to just be good. Just be obvious. Do something useful.
No, that's a good quality to have.
I get what you're saying. Like Mount will rarely drop below a 7. And sometimes you just need a guy just to do the basic things, just to help with the structure of the team. But when you now need something exceptional and something, you don't look to Mount to do something exceptional or imaginative, but you look to him to say, just do the basics right, which helps with the structure and the flow of the team. But we just need that extra piece of magic or so forth. That is what Chelsea means.
I think that we do have it. It's just that we're not seeing it. Like Pulisic should be what Hazard is, like be that I can, drop the shoulder.
This guy, he was a flash in the pan. That was I didn't want to believe it, but I think those 3-4 months after lockdown, because he's never even touched that form since then. And that was like 2020. I think Pulisic, that was it. Those 4 months, thanks, bye.
Yeah, but also Havertz should be like that guy who can just link up and just be that Ozil kind of person, just start attacks, find the through balls, but he's not. He's just you watch him sometimes, you think like he doesn't care. He doesn't apply himself. He doesn't want to.
Like he scored the penalty, but he didn't have a great game, bro.
Yeah, he didn't have a good game.
Yeah, that's Havertz for me. It's like if he doesn't score, he's just very poor. That rhymes.
Yeah,
but I disagree.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Wait, hold on. Let me just say so for me, boy. Dajo RF says, Coutinho came back to the Premier League and is popping off. Kai Hazard swap. #reunited.
No.
But does he support Real Madrid?
No. I want to keep Kai and I want Hazard as well. There's no swap. But call me crazy, I would still take Hazard in this team. I will still take Hazard in this team.
I saw a clip of Hazard. He's looking good, man.
Hey, look, all he needs to do is be back with his jersey. Hearty moment.
Easy.
I believe in Arsenal fans. I care more about Manchester United dropping points.
Nah, man, I don't care about them guys.
Than Chelsea winning an international friendly versus.
I don't care about them guys.
Hearty moment is an Arsenal.
Barcelona.
I'm sorry, it pains me. I'm sorry, it pains. Wait. Actually, wait. Let me come to Eric. So, Eric, what's your take on Havertz, man?
Oh, come on, man.
I know that Nathaniel needs to say so. I don't know what he was trying to say.
Okay, Nathaniel, what do you want to say? Talk to me.
Can you please bring up Kai Havertz's Instagram post?
No, just talk to me. What are you doing? I'm not bringing that up.
Listen, Kai Havertz, he has now cemented his legacy into Chelsea's greatest 11. But he needs to be more consistent.
What?
Let guy speak.
I think I made a mistake.
Eric, sorry. Eric,
and the guy was waiting for so long. I thought he was going to say something like.
I told you so.
Wow. Yeah. Look. Okay. What was I saying? Havertz, right? I'm talking about Havertz. Okay. I can hear some feedback. Okay. Kai Havertz is a very talented player. I think anybody who understands football can, I agree with that. But, I'm not going to pretend like he has been amazing for Chelsea. He could do more, I know. His goals and assists haven't been, enough. They've not been as good as they could be. Yes, he's been playing in, not his best position, but I think he can do more in terms of his outputs, and I think he hasn't been particularly good, especially this season.
Is he been played in his best position?
No, I don't think he has. I think his best position is also not very clear. I don't think we're too sure what it is.
I think it's the number 10 just behind the striker.
Second striker, I think.
I think he's second striker.
Because when I was seeing him for Bayer Leverkusen before he came through during the whole pandemic thing, he was just playing off the striker. So he'd be a striker, support striker, but just playing just in behind the front man. And I think that how many times has he really played there? He's not a winger. He's not a... Basically, Havertz's talents is also what is holding him back. Because he can play multiple positions, people say, oh, go out onto the wing. Oh, play striker. Oh, play force away. No.
It's the same with Trey as well, man. Because he gets played left wing back, right wing back, left wing, right wing. I feel like we've got too many of those players that can play too many positions, and it just holds.
Yeah, you have to. a team works where everybody has their fixed set position, rather than chopping and changing.
Yeah, but you said that, and you're right. But at the same time, you don't really give that excuse for Pulisic, right? Despite not being in his best position, you can say that Pulisic has just been poor in general, right? And even when he has played in his best position, he hasn't exactly, set the world alight. So it's a thing where when you're playing for a club like Chelsea, you have to be able to, compromise. You have to be able to be versatile. You won't always play exactly what you want. So you have to try to make it work. But I think with Havertz, he's such a big game player, and he's such a high mentality kind of player that I think he has to be involved long term. We need to keep him at Chelsea for as long as possible.
No, because the one thing Eric said, if let's say he sort of really develops and he finds his position, mixed in with his big game mentality that he already has, Chelsea could have a fantastic player. So all they need to do is just find what is his strongest position and the position that he feels more comfortable and where he's the most effective. Then boom, Chelsea could just look completely different. That's why it is so important that you try to develop Havertz in the right way, because you have such a young talent, multi-talented.
My problem with him is that he loses the ball. He's physically, he's not there, man.
Yeah, he's very weak.
Throwing off the ball really quickly. So
but Ralph, if let's say he was 29, I'd be like, bro, sell this freaking dude. But because he's so young, you can improve, bro. Vinny was I had him in the Brick Academy, but because he's young, he could go better. Sterling was garbage trash. But so my thing is that when a young player has ability, but it's playing like trash, you're like, fine, it's playing like trash, but the ability is see, Werner is a lost cause. That guy's
Werner's like 26, man. That's a lost cause, bro.
But can't you say the same thing about Pulisic? Isn't there something there?
Eric, the thing about first of all about Pulisic, difference between Pulisic and Havertz is Pulisic. I can see a guy who is brainless, who plays like he's stupid. For Havertz, he doesn't play like if he's stupid. It's just that, okay, you need to improve certain parts of the game. When a guy is stupid, I don't know how you can improve a guy who plays like if he doesn't have a brain. And my issue with Pulisic is that this guy plays like if he doesn't have a brain. That's the issue.
But did he wasn't always like that, right?
But Eric, here's my thing. When has Pulisic looked amazing? Just for those few months. And my issue with this is that they're both bad equally, but Pulisic frustrates me a lot more than Havertz. Both bad, but there's just something about Pulisic where no, you've done something truly stupid here. You've just run straight into trouble when you could have easily given the ball away. So there is a particular kind of stupidity that he has that aggravates me more than, let's say, what Havertz does. And also, as bad as they both are, one guy can do something in a big game. The only big game that Pulisic said was something was the Real Madrid game first leg. So if I had to choose between Pulisic and Havertz, for me, I think Havertz can give me more than Pulisic.
So basically, so you're done with Pulisic. You would sell him,
bro. I'd sell the dude.
Can I just say that I would sell Pulisic, and it's not to say that he hasn't got the talent to maybe get there one day, but it's like how many baskets can we have our eggs in as Chelsea fans? Let's say we were the Chelsea board. You can't invest in so many young players at the same time because they all need the time to develop. Havertz needs to have a run of games where maybe he can be bad for 1 or 2 games, but then not fear the risk of being dropped for a month. And that's the issue with a lot of these young players now. We have Mason Mount, who's young, Havertz young, Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi. It's hard for all of these players to get the chance to develop when they're all at risk of being dropped for a month.
But what about the American market?
I don't care about the American market, and that's I say that as a fan. Sadly, the board. Sadly, if Eric asked that question in the board, it would be a legitimate question. But they will be like, you know what, that's a good point. You may have to think about, let's get rid of maybe Hudson-Odoi because he doesn't appeal to the American market. We've got enough English players as it is, right? That's
Hudson-Odoi is more cheaper to keep than Pulisic, though.
I think they're on a similar wage packet at the moment.
No, but obviously, it's easier to drop Hudson-Odoi than Christian Pulisic.
Yeah.
So you might as well sell Pulisic. Do you know what I mean?
No. I mean, no. For me, I
would sell Pulisic 100%.
But let's keep it real. Pulisic was bought for marketing purposes.
He was.
It wasn't
he was given the numbers.
And they just hoped that he would come good, but we've given him 2.5 years now, and he's not been that guy. And now we've bought Havertz for more money. and he's delivered in bigger moments. He's also younger as well. And again, like to HH's point, sometimes there's just things that you just see with your eye. Like Havertz just looks like he's got a higher IQ, he's got a higher ceiling, and for me, he's got a skill set that suits better the Premier League and what we could get out of him.
See, Ford said it the rates. If I was a coach and I was looking at Havertz and Pulisic, I say, okay, both of these guys need to improve, but I would want to take Havertz and improve him more than I would with Pulisic. Because with Havertz, I say I can see something there that could be a truly, truly effective player. For Pulisic, I'm like, even if I improve him and so forth, he is still limited as to what he can do.
Okay, but what did you think about Pulisic?
Can I ask you guys a question about Havertz real quick?
Yeah.
He had a good end to the last season.
Yeah.
And then he had a good Euros. But do you think Lukaku's arrival ruined his momentum?
No. Maybe.
I have a feeling it did, man. I don't know why.
You have to take responsibility for yourself as a player.
Yeah.
You can't blame, because my thing with football is I don't think that Lukaku's arrival has completely offset Havertz's game. Because at the end of the day, it's not Lukaku's fault that when you receive the ball, you get dispossessed, you lose the ball, you're unable to release the ball quickly enough, you make the wrong decision with the pass. So these are all fundamental footballing the decisions that you have to live with whenever you receive the ball. So, and my thing about it is that I think that, I don't know, maybe it's even to Tuchel as well, because the issue is Lukaku has to play with someone, because he's going to bounce off of someone, and maybe the guy he can bounce off of is maybe Havertz. Because how many times has Havertz played with Lukaku? How many times has Havertz played behind Lukaku?
Not much at all. Only in the front three off the left wing, which, as we've all established, is not his best position.
I don't get why Tuchel plays on the left. Why does he just play on the right, where he can like cut inside the left foot?
The right has suited more Ziyech and also Mason Mount to a degree this season, because Mason Mount will go outside, he will spam crosses, and it has worked, which is why he's got GA this season. But you're right. I feel like Havertz doesn't suit the right wing. He suits the right wing more than the left wing. But I think he should play as a second striker or number 10. I think that probably suits his attributes the most.
So what 80 talks me 80.
Yeah, like I want to speak about Hudson-Odoi in a bit, but with Havertz, right? Like, guys, do you think that he should play as number 8 in the 4-3-3 on the right hand side?
No.
It depends if he gets possessed or not. Because when he was playing there with Lampard, man, it was working for like 2 games, but he kept getting dispossessed.
I mean, Ralph, you said it yourself. You said it yourself. He loses the ball too much. So,
but don't you think like with Havertz is like, he don't have a role in the team. Like every time he plays, it's always he's doing so many different things. And can't we have a season where Havertz, this is what you have to do for the whole season, and this is your job. Don't like complicate things. Like, don't you think that should be the case with Havertz?
No. See, which is why, especially for a young player and so forth, you have to give them a definitive position and a definitive role, which is that this is what you do. This is how you play. And my role is play him as a number 10. Play him as a number 10. Play him in behind him as a number striker.
And also, guys, like with Hudson-Odoi, like don't get me wrong, Hudson-Odoi. I love Hudson-Odoi. I think he's a top talent. But do you think like his dribbling isn't the same as it once used to be? Because I mean,
he don't get dispossessed.
Because Hudson-Odoi is like the one thing. Because the reason why Hudson-Odoi is so good is because he's such an all-round player. Like if Hudson-Odoi's dribbling isn't on game, at least he can create a chance. He can cross the ball. He's got good playmaking abilities. I think that will make him more relevant compared to someone like Christian Pulisic. But don't you think like the dribbling is lacking? Because I remember him when he was like 17, 18 years of age. Like he was so quick, so direct. He had step overs. He could do the ball roll. Like you know that Morris skill where he can like he fakes kind of shooting, but he rolls it with his feet. Like I think he don't do that no more. And do you think it's the injury, or do you think it's lack of confidence? Because I feel like if Hudson-Odoi can like unlock that dribbling part of his game, I think forget about Kai Havertz, forget about Mount. I think Hudson-Odoi will be like the real game changer. So what do you guys think of his dribbling?
I feel like that's questions. I'm happy to let somebody else go, but I feel like that question's really for me to answer, being the Project Neymar, Mr. Hudson-Odoi guy here. So I will just say for me personally, I agree. I think it is definitely to do with the injury, and obviously a lack of confidence which comes from the injury, being played out of position, not being trusted by by Lampard. Then we play that right wing back under Tuchel for the start. Like, it's a lot of factors for sure. Obviously, pressure from fans with the new contract. So a lot of things, but mainly it is around the injury, which, again, the Achilles injury, that is a very debilitating injury for any player, especially for a winger you're relying on your physicality. Your physicality, your ability to burst in short distances past players. Like, that's why he was so electric. Like, there was a game against Arsenal in pre-season where he absolutely cooked Bellerin. This is Bellerin at the time, is rapid, known for his pace, but Hudson-Odoi was stopping him and then going past him at will. So certainly that part of his game is gone. But like you said earlier, he is very well-rounded. He doesn't need to be able to go past you to make things happen in the game. He can just face you up and then pick out a ball and pick out a cross. And again, the goal that we saw today, an amazing cross on his left foot to Lukaku. We saw earlier in the season against Aston Villa where he's cut inside on his right foot and he put the cross into Lukaku, he scored a header.
Yeah, but
I
think Hudson-Odoi, I heard that the crossing bit, but I feel like that's not Hudson-Odoi. I want to see that like excitement again. I want to see him like rip plays, because don't get me wrong, like it's fine getting the sit. Oh god.
No. I mean, sorry, as someone said, how bad was this Achilles injury? So maybe this Achilles injury maybe hampered their.
It took him out for a year, and even when he came back, Lampard hardly played him because he said that we don't want to rush him because the injury was very bad, and we saw that he was safe with his football. He didn't really take many risks, which, again, for a player like him in that position, you want to take risks. Again, similar to like a Vinicius Junior, while he was going through the stage where he was in the Brick Academy and people were saying, is he going to be a top player? He was taking a lot of risks, and it just wasn't coming off until now. It's clicked. With Hudson-Odoi, he's not able to take that same risk, which obviously is a concern, because he's not the player that we thought he would be. And again, it was made earlier, why is he getting so much criticism? That point was made. It's because there was so much hype around it, because people looked at him as like potentially the English version of Neymar. Okay, a bit of gas, but that's the kind of player that he was looking like.
For the
ability to go past players.
Man. You need to relax.
Look, man, it's court win, so we're gonna keep it rocking. But the thing is, it certainly has put a lot of pressure on him, and now he's come back from the injury, a slightly different type of play. It's more like a playmaker winger, where it's not just about going past you, but it's about making passes inside, cutting inside, putting in crosses. Again, the numbers don't lie. The numbers really do not lie. He's on average, in terms of minutes per game, he's the most creative player in the Premier League right now. Yeah. If you look at his dribbling numbers, they're the most productive for the dribbles that he commits. They're the most productive in the league as well. He just hasn't got the same volume of dribble as somebody like a Rashford who runs into cul-de-sacs, or somebody like Pulisic as well. So I think people need to be patient with Hudson-Odoi, the type of player that he's becoming, because he's not becoming that winger that we thought he was when he first came to the academy.
Now this is it. JJ pretending to the set that Pulisic 23 and Havertz 22, both young, give them time. Here's my thing. Am I being too harsh on a 23-year-old with regards to Pulisic?
I don't think his age comes into it. I feel like you're just being harsh on him, because did you look? And what did you think about him in this match, for example? How do you think he did?
He was okay. He was decent.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was fine, but again, the thing with Pulisic is there's a lot of running around, but sometimes you need to just sort of, obviously football is split seconds, so you need to be really, really quick, but there's just times in which he needs to just pause for a second and make the right footballing decision. And it just seems as if he's just going at 200 miles per hour. Yeah. And here's the thing. I think the issue for Pulisic is like, bro, this way of playing worked so well during that thing when we came back from lockdown. He still thinks he needs to do it, but football is about growing and evolving and adapting. What worked 2 months ago doesn't work now. So you need to now make different decisions when you're on the ball and off the ball. Because doing this, you have to always evolve your game. Okay, this didn't work, and I need to do this. I need to do this. So you're now getting into a different bag on football. So my thing with Pulisic is, look, there is ability there, but he's frustrating. So you know what? I'll say this. The way I'm viewing Pulisic is sort of the way I viewed Vini. Now, Pulisic will never reach where Vini is, because Vini's ceiling is far higher. But the criticisms I had for Pulisic were the criticisms I had for Vini. So maybe if you just give him time and so forth, he can. Because put it this way, if you can get the best out of Pulisic, that's a game winner.
Yeah,
he's a game winner.
Yeah,
he can win a game for you. So
he has one more season. I think next season, if we don't see anything, then fair enough. But I think part of it is the fact that he just keeps getting injured. You know, he can't build any kind of momentum. So I think that's a huge factor as well.
But see, Eric, I kind of disagree because in isolation you can look at Pulisic and you say, maybe by the time he's 24, he'll come to his peak. He'll start to be peaking. I guess you could say. But for me, like let's say you're Tuchel or you're part of the board. You can't invest in this many young players who are kind of flatter into the sea. You've got to at least put your eggs in one basket and let's say Havertz, give him that opportunity to take the mantelpiece in his team. Because if you keep Pulisic and Havertz, you also got Hassan Odoi there. Mason Mount, people forget, is still quite young as well. You can't bet on all of these guys to come through because there's no way 4 young players that in a similar position can come through at the same time and fulfill their potential. It's not possible. So you got to let go of somebody for me. And then when you look at them and you say, okay, they've all got potential, but for me, the least potential of all of them is Pulisic. So he, for me, should go.
Wait, hold up. Because we need to sort of round off now, but I want to give Nishu a chance to talk since you've just come in. So Nishu, just your general thoughts on Chelsea winning this thing. And
world champions, baby.
Yeah, world champions. No, I'm really happy. The performance was horrible. I'm not gonna lie. The performance was bad. I agree with what AD was saying about Hudson Odoi. Like this guy, I'm disappointed, man, because this guy, I wasn't so impressed with his dribbling back then. But
he's from your neck of the woods. He's from your neck of the woods. You should be repping him, man. He's from your neck of the woods. He's from the US of the A.
Pennsylvania, dog.
Yeah. No. Pull it. I'm. Here's the thing with all our attacking players, and it's something that needs to be said. They're all poor and inconsistent. That's just the sad reality. They're all poor and inconsistent, and you can't like really bash one and praise the other. They're all kind of like the same level of just lackluster, poor. I mean, this is a team. We're supposed to be. We're world champions. We're supposed to be one of the best teams in the world, biggest clubs in the world. When you look at Man City's attack, you look at Liverpool's attack. I mean, Salah, Mane, Mahrez, Sterling. I mean, who on this team has been performing even half as good as those guys? It's disappointing. So, this summer is gonna hopefully be a big summer. Abramovich watched the game, so
yeah,
I'm sure he's thinking about what he can do in summer with the team. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to like bash one player and then praise another player because they've just all been poor in my opinion. It's slow football, just no progression. Thiago Silva was taking forever on the ball today to make a decision.
Bro, the guys
all our attacking players were static. Yeah. But no one was making runs for him. No one was making runs for him up front. It was just annoying. Everyone was static and everything. But I'm glad we won it. So completed the set. That's all.
So guys, look, man. I mean,
it's gonna be hard to watch the game.
Any closing words? We're gonna roll this out here, man. So, any final words from guys? Have your final say before we round this off, man.
Chelsea win the Champions League this season.
That's his own opinion, not us.
On that note, world freaking champions. Peace out. Stay true. I'll see you guys out there, man. Peace.